In the upcoming video clip, Noam Chomsky is critical of the current level of U.S. military aid to Israel. Chomsky argues that unconditional military aid allows Israel to pursue policies he considers harmful, like the expansion of settlements in the occupied Palestinian territories. He believes reducing or conditioning aid could incentivize Israel to seek a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Chomsky points out U.S. laws like the Leahy Law, which restrict military aid to countries with human rights violations. He argues for a review of Israeli actions in light of these laws. Now, off to this wonderful clip of Noam Chomsky.
The support for Israeli expansionism, repression, the whole alliance that's developing, that support has shifted in the United States from the more liberal sectors, roughly the Democratic Party, to the far right. Not very long ago, support for Israel was based passionately in the liberal sectors of the population. It was a democratic issue. It isn't anymore. In fact, if you look at in the polls, people who identify themselves as liberal, as Democrats, by now tend to support Palestinian rights more than Israel. That's a dramatic change. Support for Israel now is in the most reactionary parts of the population. Evangelical Christians, ultranationalists, basically it's a far-right issue. Among younger people, this is even more the case. I mean, I can see it myself, just my own personal experience. Up until about maybe 10 or 15 years ago, if I was giving a talk at a university on Israel-Palestine, even my own university, MIT, I had to have police protection, literally. Police would try to prevent the meeting from being broken up. They wouldn't let me walk to my car alone. I had to be accompanied by police. Meetings were broken up. Nobody was objecting to any of this. It was happening all the time. That's changed totally, and it's a very significant change. I think that sooner or later, I hope sooner, this may lead to a shift in U.S. policy. There's some very simple moves that could be made in U.S. policy that would change the situation in the Middle East dramatically. So, for example, one simple proposal is that the United States government should live up to U.S. law. That doesn't sound too dramatic. The United States has laws like the so-called Leahy Law, Patrick Leahy Law, which requires that no military aid can be given to any military organization that is involved in systematic human rights abuses. Well, the Israeli army is involved in massive human rights abuses. If the U.S. were to live up to U.S. law, we would cut off aid to the IDF, the Israeli army. That step alone would have a major effect, not just the material aid, but the symbolic meaning of it. And it's quite possible that with the shift of public opinion, especially among younger people, there might come a point when there will be a call for the United States to follow its own laws. Okay? Again, not a very dramatic appeal. And it wouldn't even be breaking new ground.
Chomsky acknowledges the strong historical support for Israel in the U.S. However, he sees a shift in public opinion, particularly among younger generations, who are more critical of Israeli policies towards Palestinians. Chomsky suggests alternative approaches. He advocates for the U.S. to pressure both Israel and Palestine towards a two-state solution and hold them accountable for violations of international law. Well, I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. If you wish, you can now join the channel and become a member. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, I encourage you to share the videos on social media. That would also be greatly appreciated. Now, take care and bye-bye.